Hello guys and welcome back. So in this video now we're gonna add the kills count. Okay, for now as you know that whenever we kill a player, the player gets killed and then spawn back in the spawn area, but we don't have any kill system. Okay, so we're gonna add kill system in this video. So in the game view, make sure that you're on the scene view, change it to 2D, and then right here let's create a UI canvas. Name this as Scoreboard canvas. Then if we double click on it, okay, here it is. In here let's create a UI panel. Name this as Scoreboard, and then let's resize this. Actually guys, you can actually delete this scoreboard, and instead of the panel we need to add an image. Okay, so UI image, name it as Scoreboard, and right here the source image should be then the background image. Okay, this one. Okay, and then now let's resize it, so it should be on the top center and the size of it should be 400 by 100. Okay, and top center. Then in here we're gonna create another UI image. Let's name this as blue team, or you can name it as team 1 if you want. In here select the background image. Okay, and move this to middle left. Okay, and let's color it as blue. So you can select the blue color from here like this, and then in the blue team let's add a UI legacy text and name this as blue team text. Let's select this and stretch it so that it fits this whole area. Make it bold, make the font size 80, and in here let's type 0 and make sure it is in the center like that, and then in the center on this side as well. Okay, like this. Change its color to fully white. As you can see, it is looking good. After this, what we're gonna do, we're gonna duplicate this and now change its name to red team. Okay, and this red team should be on the middle right, and in here we're gonna say red team text. Okay, and change the color to red now, so something like a lighter red like this. Okay, they both seems perfectly synced up and matched as well. So now we have blue team, red team, and also we need a timer and objective right here. Okay, so how many kills each player teams to do before the team wins, and also we're gonna show the timer. So what we can do, we can actually duplicate the blue team again, and this time let's name this as objective and timer. Okay, let's move this to the center, change its width to 180, or let's do it 190. Okay, so that there is a little bit space. Change its color to dark gray like that. Okay, it looks good. After this, we're gonna show the objective and text. Okay, but let me make the color a bit more darker so that we can see the white text clearly. Okay, now in here what we're gonna do is we're gonna select the objective text I mean the blue team text, and name this as objective text. Okay, and what we want to do, we want to move it a little bit up. So first of all, make the font size 25. Okay, and it will be bold, yes. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna move it up right there. Okay, so make this as 50. Okay, so top should be 0 0 0 from left top and position Z, and right should be 0 and bottom should be 50. Okay, so as you can see, that is our timer. I mean the objective text. So let's type objective 40. As you can see, it is looking perfectly fine. After this, we're gonna show the timer, so we can duplicate this now and we can move it right here. Okay, and this should be the timer, so just type 0 0 and then add that and 0 0. Okay, it looks good. We have the UI set up. Okay, and let me tell you that you can create your own UI if you want, but I will leave this UI as it is. After this, in the game scripts, go inside UI scripts, and in here let's create a new script by the name of Scoreboard. Assign this script to the scoreboard canvas. Let's open this up, and now let's start working on our kills. Okay, with this you will also be needing to open up the shooting controller script. Okay, and let's first of all do a thing on the shooting controller, is that we will only be able to damage the other team person, okay, not our own team players. Okay, so you can say that the friendly fire should be off in our game. So for that, on the shooting controller, I want you to create a public integer, or you can make this a private if you want. So it will be by the name of player team. Okay, once we have that, now when the game start, let's take the team from our custom properties and assign it to the player team. Okay, so we will simply say view.honor.custom properties.contain keys team, and if there is a team key, then we're going to create an integer team which will be equals to the view.honor.custom properties, and we're going to pass team. Okay, and then the player team will be equals to the team. So now once we have this, now if we scroll down to the shoot method where we apply damage to the players, okay, in here where we say that if the player movement damage is not null, and now we also gonna say that if the player movement damage dot player team, actually we don't have the player team on the player movement damage script, so let's actually do that. Okay, we need to retrieve the team on our player movement script. Okay, it will be similar to our shooting controller. Okay, so we can copy this from here, paste it on the player movement script, and also this line as well. So copy it and paste it in the start method after this. Okay, simple as that. Now back to the shooting controller. Now on the player movement we have the player team. Okay, if we remove it, now it will give us suggestion as well. player team, as you can see right here. Okay, so if that player team is not equals to the player team of the shooting controller, so what this means now, actually on the player movement, as you know that we are retrieving the team from the custom properties, okay, and we are setting it to our player team. So for example, for our PC player, if the team is 1, okay, then right here the player team will be 1, and on the shooting controller, as you can see, it will also be team 1 when we retrieve it. Okay, so right here we say that if our player team, okay, our player team from the movement script is team 1 and that is not equals to this player team, okay, so as you can see both will be team 1 and 1, so that's why we use that if they are not equal, which means that if the team is 2, then we're gonna apply damage, okay. And when we apply damage, as you can see, we call the apply damage method from the player movement, and as you know that on the apply damage the player takes damage, and then when the player health gets 0 we call the die method in which the player dies, and then on our player controller manager we respawn the player back again. So now when the player die, we want to first of all increase the score of that team which kills the other team member, and then after that we gonna respawn that player, okay. So now on the player movement, after when the player dies we gonna increase the score, okay. So for now let's leave this as it is, okay, and let's open up the scoreboard script. Now on this script at the top, add these 3 things, and then after this what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this, and first of all we will make this scoreboard script, we will make an instance for it so that we can use this anywhere we want, okay. And now in the awake method we're gonna say instance equals to this. Then after this we need a reference to our text of the blue team, so we're gonna say blue team text, and then red team text. After this we're gonna create a integer which will be by the name of blue team score, and then a public integer which will be red team score. And after this we need a reference to our photon view component, okay, and in the awake we're gonna say view equals to get component photon view. Now let's go ahead and create a one RPC type method in which we're gonna update the score across the network, okay, or you can say for all of the players so that all of the players can see the same score. Let's name this as update scores, and in here we're gonna first of all need a integer blue team score and an integer red score, okay. Then we're gonna equal the blue team score to the blue score and the red team score to the red score. So whatever that is passed to the red score will be then stored inside the red team score, and whatever that is passed to the blue team score will be stored inside the blue team score. Okay, and also we're gonna show that score in our blue team text and red team text. So we're gonna say blue team text dot text equals to blue team score dot to string. Okay, the same for the red team text dot text equals to red team score dot to string. So this is gonna update the scores now. After this, we're gonna create a public void by the name of player died, and this gonna require an integer player team. Okay, and in here we're gonna say that if the player team um, is equals to 2. Okay, so what this means that if the player that is of team 2 dies, then we want to increase the team 1 score, and as you know that the team 1 score will be the blue team score. Okay, so we're gonna increase the blue team score plus plus. Okay, and when uh, the player team is 1, it means that now if the team 2 player kills the team 1 player, then this time the red team score will increase. Okay, and after this we will use the photon view to sync the score. Okay, so for that we're gonna say view dot rpc. Let's call the update scores method. We want to update it for all of the players, so we're gonna say rpc target dot all, and as you know that it needs the blue score and the red score. So for the blue score we're gonna pass the blue team score, and for the red score we're gonna pass the red team score. Okay, so now let me tell you how this will work. Okay, so as you know that this blue, whenever team 1 player kills team 2 I mean team 1 player kills team 2 player, then the blue team score will increase to 1, and when it is increased to 1, as you know that this blue team score will be equals to 1 as well. So then it will be get inside this method update score blue score. Okay, and this blue score will be 1, and 1 will be stored in the blue team score. Okay, and then it will be updated for all of the players throughout the network. Okay, and the same for the red team score as well, and also it will be updated in the text area as well. Now let's click on the player movement script, and right here when the player dies we want to now call this player die method on this script. So we're gonna say that scoreboard dot instance. All right, so scoreboard dot instance dot player died, and as you know player died need a player team, so we're gonna pass the player team. Okay, so if our player our PC player is on team 1, okay, and our team 1 player dies, so team 1 will be passed to this scoreboard player died method, and as you know this will be then equals to 1, and as you know when it is equals to 1, then the red team score will plus plus, and if our player movement player team is 2, then as you know 2 will be passed to this, and when it is 2, the blue team score will increase. Okay, so it's gonna work in the same manner. After this, if we click on this scoreboard canvas, As you know, we need to provide these two, so let's go in here and add the blue team score text and the red team score text. Okay, we can go back to our menu. Actually, don't go to the menu scene, okay, because as you know that we need the scoreboard to be available to all of the players the same, so we need to add the photon view component to this. Okay, because on the scoreboard script, as you know that it needs the photon view component. Then when you do that, now let's get back to the menu, actually save the scene, okay, and get back to the menu scene, build the game, and let's create a room. Okay, we are on team 1 on that PC, and then the main PC we are will be on team 2. Let's now start the game. Okay, so now whenever we kill the other player, our blue team score text should be increased to 1 then. Okay, so let me go ahead and kill that player. Okay, here it is. Let's kill it. And as you can see, our team score increases to 1 and that player get killed and now respawn on that other point. Now if this player kills that player, okay, as you can see, the player gets died and instantiate, or you can say spawn in his own area, and our score gets updated, as you can see. Now if you go ahead and check it out there, as you can see, here is the player. Let's test it out from here. As you can see, here is our player. Now let's kill that player. As you can see, team 2 score now gets increased. Okay, so now as you can see, it is working perfectly fine. And with this done, let's end this video right here.